Welcome to another episode of Breaking News. As we take a look at this week and tomorrow, I'm your host, No Shave Seltzer. Let's talk about wrestling? Here's a news story that theghostofalisaacs.com originally brought to you 3 days ago that I am now breaking today. Shinsuke Nakamura's WWE contract is reportedly up in just a few hours. I was able to talk to Nakamura via his private chat Twitter earlier today. Nakamura told me that he would most likely be staying in the USA because he never learned how to drive and everyone refuses to take him to the airport to get the fuck out of here. Our conversation was ended early when in the background I heard someone yell, "Ding dong, bitch!" I found it odd that Naka uploaded a WAV file to our Twitter chat instead of just calling. Moving on to the next story, a correction from earlier in the week. We brought you the exclusive news that NGPW IWGP Heavyweight Champion Kenny Omega had stolen the identity of one Tama Tonga. Hold on a second. Can someone answer the goddamn phone? Really? Seriously, I'm doing the show here. Excuse me, I apologize. Apparently my sources were incorrect in that total shit show of a story. The actual culprit of the Twitter account thievery was one Roman Brady Reigns. Tonga actually called the big dog, as he is affectionately known as by friends and family, and I quote, "a snitch, a bitch, and a brony." Not to be confused with jabroni. A brony, for those of you who don't know, is a male who uses My Little Pony action figures as sex toys in the anus. Good fucking grief. That's disgusting. If this is true, it's a very damning information indeed. Incidentally, Kenny Omega reached out after this episode of Breaking News was posted on YouTube and said, "If the enemy of my enemy is my friend, but my new friend hates me more than my enemy does, is he still my friend?" He then began singing a Cher song before hanging up. Yes, champ, I do believe in life after love. A note about next week's show, we'll have an expose what wrestlers carry in their fanny packs. You'll be blown away by our findings. Our next story, it's a doozy. WWE Creative looking at rebooting the whole damn what? Did someone just whistle? What in the... I don't understand. Anyway, sources close to the WWE's boardrooms recently faxed over to the BBN studios some very... Is someone brushing their teeth with an electric brush? Oh, my God. Sources close to the WWE's boardrooms recently faxed over to the BBN studios some very interesting conversations going on. While the names were redacted from the original fax that I received, it seems one Vincent McMahon is extremely worried about the downward spiraling of the TV ratings and how it's affecting his bottom line financially. So the plan is, when SmackDown moves to Fox in 2019, WWE will totally reboot. And here, my friends, is where it gets weird. In cost-cutting measures, McMahon plans to fire everyone except Roman Reigns. So who will he wrestle? No one. You heard that right, folks. He will wrestle no one. Replacing the current roster will be old VHS tapes of the Attitude Era. The fans are fucking stupid, McMahon said in the fax. I've shoved shit down their throats for years, and they keep gobbling it up. He made those weird sounds. They typed it, so I had to read it. Those were them again. We'll just put Roman in the corner of the screen doing that arm fuck thing, and they'll all be fine. So that'll be interesting. Will you tune in to the new rebooted WWE next year? Just watching old tapes and still paying for the network? It doesn't seem financially responsible for us, but whatever. I would like to end this show by an interview with Juice Robinson. You might know him as CJ Parker from NXT, but over in another country, he is known as Juice Robinson. And we're going to call him right now. Hey, Juice. How? Oh,
I told you. Even a blind squirrel finds a nut.
that's true. You did tell me that a long time ago. There was a strange conversation.
I got 20.
Anyways, Champ.
The only nuts I care about are these two technically.
Yeah, that's interesting. I don't know.
Nuts. Obviously. Fucking broken metacarpal.
Yes, that looks painful. How is that healing, sir?
Pretty shitty shape.
Oh.
Pretty shitty shape.
You look in good shape to me.
Just as I like to drink beer.
Hey, who doesn't like to have a nice strohs after a hard day's work, right?
Ain't gonna do it.
Anyways, Champ, how are you doing? How are you feeling?
In this business.
There's rumors that you're going to be going back to the WWE. Is that true?
Titles don't matter, then why the hell are we doing this?
I don't.
Titles do fucking matter.
Okay.
Titles matter. And the United States Championship matters.
All right.
It matters. And you know what now? Juice matters.
Yeah, well, you are rising up the ranks of the professional wrestling world.
The only place that's supposed to matter. The only place that's supposed to matter. I was told. The last thing that I said.
Are you okay, Champ?
NXT came and
You're breathing very hard.
He looked at me. He said, CJ Parker. I actually used my shoe today. Joe Robbins. He said, Joe.
We'll cut that out of the. We don't want to get that.
My God. Look, it's taken 3 years, but I landed on my feet. That's right.
Well, that's good, Champ. You look good. What's the future for you? Are you going to go back to the WWE?
WWE, NXT, all that shit. Everything that you guys constantly ask me about, I know.
Well, I just asked once. I don't know what you're talking about constantly.
But that's in the rearview mirror now. Guess what? I ain't going back.
You're not going back. So we're breaking news here. Breaking news on breaking news, guys. Juice Robinson is not going back to WWE. And we're just going to end the conversation there because I feel as if he's going to start cussing again. Anyways, that's been breaking news. Breaking news. And I thank you for listening.